The Commission will come to order, and I want to welcome all of our distinguished panelists and guests, and thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, as President Obama welcomes Vice President Xi Jinping, Chinese leader in waiting, to the White House today, our Commission will hear testimony from two wives who are appealing for the immediate release of their jailed husbands, great human rights leaders back in China. This important and timely hearing recognizes one of China's most important human rights leaders and lawyers, Gao Zhizhang. In early 2000, Mr. Gao, a self-trained lawyer, emerged as a champion of human rights causes and a defender of marginalized groups in China. Today, we know little about Mr. Gao's current condition or his whereabouts. Then the issue of Kuo Quan, who is an academic and professor who published an open letter to President Hu calling for multi-party elections, posted a charter for a new democracy party online, and called for the end of China's notorious re-education through labor system. For that, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. There's no due process of law in the People's Republic of China. It is a dictatorship. And yet, both of your husbands spoke out boldly, knowing that there might be severe and long-lasting consequences to themselves and to their families. What motivates that kind of courage? Because you have it as well. You bear the brunt and the scars of the dictatorship as well.
I think for my husband, firstly, we are a Christian family. And the key words in Bible, love, I think it's not just a feeling, but it's a commitment. For my husband, he think he need to help the poor people to have a voice. So he did that. And after the first persecution, and for him, and he start to think why they can treat him like this. It's because the only one party. 所以这是一个政党问题。然后 he started thinking over this matter and find if 如果不是三权分立的话 if
without the division of power, without checks and balances,
and they can do everything they want. So they start to push the democracy in China. Yeah, and every time when I see him in prison, he always told me, I'm not wrong. Actually, if he promised, he will not continue to write when he get out. Maybe the government will release him faster. But he always say, no, I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Out of love, it's based on a faith-based conviction, which is an enormous motivator, and I thank you for sharing that, because it is the why of it. You know, even people like Lech Walesa, it was his faith that powered him to fight for solidarity in Poland, and we know throughout China there are people of faith who are paying a very significant price. So I thank you for giving us an insight as to the why.
他能用法律的这个知识呢，能帮助更多的人，他非常的高兴。然后呢，就是说，你先翻译啊。
Okay, my husband Gao Zhisheng grew up in the poor countryside, and when he was 8 years old, his father died, and he hoped he can bring change to China, and he also studied very hard and obtained his law degree, and he hoped to use the law to help more people to help China.
对，然后他就说他用法律的知识能帮助更多的时候，他非常的欣慰。他接的第一个案子呢，就是免费案子，因为他是个穷人出身，他非常的同情那个平民。
Sorry. He was very happy that he can use his knowledge in the legal system to help many Chinese people. And actually, the first case he took was for the poor people, and he did it pro bono.
折磨最后孩子精神上忧郁。我们到美国的第一天，孩子就先选择了医院，没有先上学。
So, lawyer Gao Zhisheng has done so many good deeds in China, but actually he still face such as severe persecution, and even my family suffer a lot from it. And my daughter actually had to take the police bus to go to school. And in the class, the police sit behind her, and they almost 24 hours surveillance for her. And so when we arrived in the United States, the first day my daughter didn't choose to go to the school. He actually chose to go to the hospital because she suffered tremendously mentally.
我跟孩子坚持支持高志胜的所作，因为他是一个好人，人是正确的，这世界就是正确的。这是给我们的力量。
My children and I support lawyer Gao Zhisheng wholeheartedly, because what he did is right, and we believe the righteous power in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As chairman, I hope that President Obama doesn't put human rights last on the agenda, or not at all, as he did when President Hu Jintao visited the White House on January 19th of 2011. One of the wives, Li Jing, says that, and I quote, "Only the United States can make this case to China." That is the case of her husband and the case of the disappeared and incarcerated human rights leaders. Please, President Obama, listen to these courageous women, Gang He and Li Jing, and act decisively.